Today on The Vibe. From Inner Mongolia to Xinjiang, Nadam comes alive with traditional games honoring a cherished Chinese intangible cultural heritage. Shanghai's Mercedes-Benz Arena is more than a landmark. General Manager Mike Surhus is down with us to reveal what it takes to run this busy live entertainment hub. At WAIC 2026, AI is no longer just a tool. Join us to experience how machines are becoming intelligent partners in everyday life. France passes a new law to streamline the return of cultural artifacts held in public collections. That and more coming up next.
Hey guys, welcome to The Vibe on Cgtn. I'm Julian Walking in Beijing. Thank you for joining us. Here in The Vibe, we feature the latest trends in arts and culture every day, Monday through Friday. The 26th Nadam Fair kicked off on the lush Bayan-Bola grassland in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, drawing throngs of hurdle riders and tourists from across China. The festival features a thrilling mix of traditional pastoral sports, including speed horse racing, archery, lassoing, and barrel racing, all set against a vibrant backdrop of folk performances and festive costumes. By integrating local tourism with competitive sports, the local government aims to boost the region's cultural industry and attract more visitors to this annual summer highlight on the grassland. The week-long celebration runs through July the 21st.
We came all the way from Shanghai. We were really lucky to catch the Nadam Fair during our visit. Experiencing it in person has truly made the trip worthwhile.
The fair now offers an immersive experience, bringing visitors closer to its vibrant festivities. For the first time, traditional Chinese performances like dragon and lion dances have been integrated, celebrating folk culture.
Meanwhile, China's Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region celebrated its 36th Nadam Festival in Shilin-Hot on July the 18th, bringing together traditional competitions and cultural performances. Each year, the festival attracts visitors from home and abroad, adding momentum to the region's summer tourism economy.
Nadam, meaning games or entertainment in Mongolian, is one of the grassland's most important traditional festivals and is recognized as China's national intangible cultural heritage. This year's main events run through July the 20th, while related tourism activities will continue until the end of August.
This is my first time in Inner Mongolia and my first time attending the Nadam Festival. My experience here feels very different. I have found that many places in China are not overcrowded, and people can enjoy a sense of freedom and relaxation. So I am now understanding that China is really diverse, with different ethnic groups and cultures.
Traditional competitions, including bow wrestling, horse racing, and archery, attracted large crowds. Mongolian yurt exhibition areas featuring intangible cultural heritage, traditional costumes, and local cuisine allowed visitors to experience grassland culture up close.
This year's Nadam Festival has gained widespread attention, with more than 100 international visitors attending the opening ceremony. The festival attracted around 600,000 visitors in 3 days, up 20% from last year, boosting Shilingol's summer economy. Nadam has become a major tourism brand, driving growth in accommodation, transportation, sightseeing, and consumption.
Since 2024, the three Nadam festivals have attracted more than 6 million visits and generated over 4.1 billion yuan in tourism revenue.
On July the 21st, China Media Group unveiled its summer program lineup in Beijing with more than 60 high-quality productions across genres, including television dramas, documentaries, and integrated media projects. The lineup focuses on 5 major themes: historical reflection, cultural heritage, summer celebrations, cutting-edge technology, and cultural tourism experiences. A series of programs commemorating the 90th anniversary of the victory of the Long March and the 99th anniversary of the founding of the Chinese People's Liberation Army look back on the remarkable journeys undertaken by previous generations. A number of cultural programs explore the inheritance and the development of Chinese civilization from perspectives including the economy, ecology, and ancient texts. From concerts and sporting events to fan communities and retail, large entertainment venues are playing an expanding role in Shanghai's growing cultural economy. Reporter Zhang Hong sat down with Mike Serha, general manager of Mercedes-Benz Arena, the one that looks a little bit like a flying saucer, to discuss what it takes to run one of the city's busiest entertainment venues.
This spaceship-like building was originally built as the Shanghai World Expo Cultural Center in 2010. Over the past 15 years, the Mercedes-Benz Arena has grown into a stage for major concerts, sports events, and a mixed-use entertainment destination. Today, we take a closer look at how this venue became one of the city's key live entertainment landmarks and why its next chapter matters. For Mike Serha, general manager of Mercedes-Benz Arena, the connection began more than a decade ago.
Really, for my personal life, probably the most historic night is Jay Chou in 2013. Because Jay Chou is where my wife and I have had our first date ever. So I'm very attached to this building. And it was such a professionally run building. It was a very, very tremendous opportunity for me to experience as a fan.
Serha returned to Shanghai in 2024 to run the venue.
When I first got here in 2024, we started giving out Diabao trophies to certain select artists who got certain awards or anything, like with Milestone, Zhou Shun being there for his 10th anniversary concert. And he's actually one of the first ones where he doodled on it. It's more about getting a memory for the venue. Now being able to share some of these kind of unique and cool memories.
There are a lot of signed items here. What do you think they tell how these artists connect through this venue with Shanghai?
Well, I think this place has become an icon within the industry, international and domestically, that artists who are going to come to China or from China either want to launch their tour here or end their tour here. Such as last year, Cgtn wanted to launch his arena career, and he wanted to launch it here. He had such fond memories coming here as a fan that he wanted to launch his career here.
That position was not built overnight. The venue's post-Expo Live was planned even before the World Expo opened.
In 2008, when the first pile was started, the leadership of Shanghai really thought about what they wanted this venue as a legacy to be after the 2010. Throughout the entire World Expo, the joint venture team was on site along with a lot of global consultants, getting this venue ready for commercial operations so that come November of 2010, Wang Fei opened up the venue for commercial operations very seamlessly from the World Expo. Not a lot of venues can do that.
The early planning shaped what the building could become. It was designed not as a single-purpose arena, but as a cultural center able to handle different kinds of events and audiences.
It's not just concerts, which are both domestic and international. Over 40% of our shows in our history have come from the international market. But then you can see right here, again, the diverse arena is you see just simple things like our posters of the NBA game, UFC. We hosted one of the first UFC events here. Right here you can see our esports with international Dota championships. We hosted the one and only preseason NHL game. But probably one of the most unique things that we've had that has only happened once in Asia was we hosted the Victoria's Secret's show here. Because it's such an iconic venue, all these events think of us and call us and see if we can work out the schedule. We're not just here for one type of fan. We want to cross all genres of music, all age demographics, and sports fans.
Behind every show are production crews, artist teams, promoters, venue staff, and last-minute preparations. Down below, the stage is being prepared for the next event.
We have over 300 rigging points. That's the points in the sky where they can hang chain motors that help hang all the lights and sound and stuff like that. We have portable seats that make it real easy to come in and out on the floor. And for example, in the last 3 weeks, we've had 6 different unique artists. In 1 week, we did 3 distinct artists. There's a lot of coordination overnight, 24-hour work that happens with these transitions.
And what changes have you seen among these audience?
It's not just about Shanghai anymore. It used to be a very local audience. We see that now, on average, 50% of the audience comes from outside of the market. with some shows even bringing people from outside of the country as well.
Nowadays, we can see shows on our phone.
Yep.
So what makes it so special that people still want to come to see live performance?
Because it's about the experience. You know, I'm a super fan of an artist, and that artist's colors are yellow. I'm going to put my best yellow outfit on, and then I see a wave of yellow throughout the audience, and I know I'm connected to those people. I don't know them personally, but we have a common thing in person, and that's such a human characteristic.
For the venue, fans are not just ticket buyers. They're part of what gives the building its life.
Venues like this are bricks and mortar, and what brings this area to life is the artist, their visions, and the interaction with the fan. So we're celebrating the artists, we're celebrating the venue, we also want to celebrate the fan. We got tickets, credentials, messages, you can actually leave a message, and the fan art. All that was developed through our connection online with the fan. That's the way we can directly reach each other's fans. And so through our mini program and our digital channels, we have over 600,000 members in our mini program app. We connect with them to try to do fan engagement, community days. We do a fun market once or twice a year to try to connect the community to the venue, all types of things like that.
The same idea extends beyond the main arena. This is also a 7-day-a-week venue with commercial, dining, and entertainment spaces that bring people in even without a concert ticket.
We have 20,000 square meters of retail space. That includes an ice rink. It also includes a movie theater. Up here on the 6th floor, we have this amazing outdoor track where you can see amazing sights. I think it's very important because we don't have a lot of opportunity to use the arena, or the main stage as we call it, for the public or opening up for community events, because it's always in transition between multiple events. So to be able to connect the venue to the community and help support the needs of this community, we want to be able to operate 7 days a week.
Now the venue is preparing for another stage. Its current long-term naming rights agreement runs until mid-2027, and it has launched a global search for its next long-term strategic partner. That partnership is not only about visibility on a building.
Emotional consumption speaks volumes to particularly the younger generations and their loyalty to brands that they build a connection with emotionally. And what better way for a brand to build that connection to particularly the younger generations, which are in the future are going to be those people with diverse spending abilities, than by connecting with them through the thing that they love, which is music or other cultural events. And so that's what this is. It's about connecting with the guest. It's about aligning your brand with another iconic brand. It's a synergy. Both of us together, whoever that strategic partner, we hope that we both can help each other's brands.
And how do you see the development of this arena in the upcoming 15 years? Like, what will stay the same? What has to evolve?
We will always have the international standard because of our great shareholders, AG, OPG, and MBA, and our alignment with venues like the O2 and Crypto.com Arena and Uber Arena. That helps us know what's the next thing for the Chinese market. We are also now looking at things like digital investments and upgrades to the venue. What makes sense over the next 15 years to enhance the experience? Shanghai is actually looking at this venue on how well the goals of the cultural economy are doing for the city. We're very proud to be an anchor of that.
Zhang Hong, SMG International for Cgtn, Shanghai.
Stuff to come on The Vibe. Surf the web and duck beneath the waves as we take a deep dive into what's hot online in our segment Behind the Buzz. From foundation models to humanoid robots, WAIC 2026 puts AI partnerships center stage. Come along as we test drive life with intelligent machines.
A vast land of 1.4 billion people. The world's second largest economy. Home to stories of the unexpected, the unimaginable, the breathtaking. Stories that touch the soul. Feel the speed, the passion. Enjoy spectacular natural and cultural landscapes. Feel the thrill of cutting-edge innovations. Discovering China. Global Biz. China Travel. We present a China never seen before. 24/7 at your fingertips.
Hey, Vibesters, back for Behind the Buzz. Here we crack the codes behind the hits, the clicks, the likes, and the shares, starting with some more viral yoga moves. They're inspired by the daily chores of farmers from Yugoliang Village and hour's train ride from Beijing. Check this out. This entire village practices yoga. It's absolutely impressive. Next, we head to the beautiful pasture in China's Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, where the Milky Way blazes across the heavens like a silver ribbon. Take a look. That was no ordinary stargazing, huh? You can literally see the galaxies. Next time when you look up in the sky, you might just spot some of these celestial figures depicted in Dunhuan's murals. Let's check out some viral videos of people recreating these graceful flying abscesses. That last guy really nailed the look. Stay tuned for more Vibe news right after this short break.
Up next on The Vibe, France passes a landmark law to streamline artifact returns. A policy shift supporters applaud, but critics say action matters more.
Images may appear to be identical, but looks can be deceiving. The difference is not always obvious. It has to be discovered. There are always different sides to a story. We put the focus on the details. To see more, to understand better. Cgtn. See the difference.
Welcome back to The Vibe. At this year's World AI Conference in Shanghai, the future is all about human-AI symbiosis. Cutting-edge technologies, including humanoid robots and AI agents, are showing how AI is becoming part of our everyday lives. Our reporter He Jingyi explores how humans and machines can collaborate, connect, and co-create. Take a look.
At Vibe 2026, one phrase keeps coming up.
Thank you, AI and coffee.
AI is no longer just a tool. It's becoming an intelligent companion.
小叶，我渴了。谢谢。
大家只需要对他说一句很简单的，比如说我饿了或者我渴了这种像自然交互的语言，它可以自主推断出你说渴了是因为你想要喝水了，那么它会去帮你把这个水在这个空间里面找到，然后再帮你再拿回来。它能够去理解你周围的环境是什么样，你的需求是什么，然后不需要你再给它下指令，才真正的能够实现我们所谓的这种智能陪伴。
我看这个摸起来就是毛茸茸的，很舒服。为什么会在材质外观上进行一个改变？
如果我们的机器人真的想要走进生活，首先它必须要是温暖的，同时的话，它不能给大家太多的这个压迫感。
The robot is no longer just a cold machine of metal and steel. It features an upgraded soft wrap material with custom inner foam, making it incredibly comfortable to touch. A pat on the head is interpreted as affection, while a touch on the belly becomes a playful interaction. And this new relationship isn't limited to the physical world. In the virtual world, humans and AI are becoming co-creators.
Okay, let me have a try. So turn the dungeon into Cyber Tokyo and swap the dragon for fire breathing delivery drone. Wow! Turned into reality.
Yeah. Cool. 它主要区别是原来的游戏，它其实是经过长时间的制作或者渲染来完成所有的视觉素材。它里面的玩法设计跟这个渲染都需要1年甚至更长的时间。但我们目前是基于一个实时视频的渲染来去制作游戏，那么可以让用户的想法言出法随，根据用户的想法跟创意来及时的做出来。
The game world is no longer a fixed product created in advance. It becomes a dynamic space that responds, evolves, and grows with human imagination. Maybe one day, we won't ask AI, what can you do? We'll ask, what can we create together?
He Jingyi, Cgtn, Shanghai.
France has introduced a new law to make it easier for countries to reclaim cultural artifacts held in French public collections. Supporters say it marks a major shift away from the old case-by-case approach, while critics say the real test will be whether it leads to actual returns. Sarah Coates reports from Paris.
These are some of the artifacts France's new restitution law could help return. Until now, Paris has dealt with restitutions on a case-by-case basis, with politics often playing as much of a role as principle. The push for broader change gained pace in 2017 when President Emmanuel Macron said African heritage should not be kept out of reach of African audiences.
Cultural heritage, which allows us to write history, which allows African youths to learn about their history and their roots, was not held in Africa. And so, starting from there, it's clear that something like that couldn't work. And you can't tell young people, if you want to know where you come from and who you are, you have to go to the ends of the earth to understand it.
Now, nearly a decade later, France has a law outlining how countries can request the return of cultural goods.
It's a really historic text because it's the first text that, globally, makes it so it will no longer be a sort of decision every time, a decision in the face of a claim, but to set up a process that will be valid, fully independent from political power, to manage and respond to requests.
Now, while there's finally a framework for these claims, it's not a simple handback law. Each case will have to be argued in detail, and critics say some countries may still struggle to find the resources to push those claims through. And according to historians, that's where this law may still fall short.
The second limit I see is that this law doesn't allocate any resources to museums to identify the pieces that could be debated. In the end, it's solely the burden of the requester to be able to do it.
So while the law opens the door, there's still hard work ahead. Claims will still depend on evidence, capacity and political will on both sides.
The law must always be accompanied by a political will, by an institutional, technical, but also financial.
So the question now is no longer about whether France should have a restitution law. It's about whether that law leads to more returns and how quickly. Sarah Coates, Cgtn, Paris.
Tanzania is one of Africa's most popular tourist destinations. The East African country offers an extraordinary mix of breathtaking wildlife, rich history, iconic peaks, and tropical beaches. Arguably, the biggest attraction annually is the legendary Serengeti migration. It's a combination that's attracting more and more tourists from China in recent years. Cgtn's Isaac Lucanto has more.
A new group of Chinese tourists arrives at a restaurant in Tanzania's commercial capital, Dar es Salaam. Once known mainly for business travel, more Chinese visitors are now coming to Tanzania for leisure. This group's itinerary includes a visit to the world-famous Serengeti National Park.
The lions, many animals, yeah. I think this is the best tourist resource in the world.
Tour operator Pan Lei has been bringing Chinese visitors to Tanzania since 2007. He says demand has grown significantly over the years.
The tourists we have received for every year have been increased for almost 10 times.
Government statistics show Chinese arrivals increased from about 45,000 in 2023 to around 82,000 last year, a jump of about 80%. While China is now among Tanzania's fastest growing tourism markets, the country's biggest sources of visitors remain the United States, Italy, France, Kenya, and the United Kingdom.
Chinese tourists are becoming increasingly important to Tanzania's tourism industry, not just because they are visiting, but because they spend more than any other visitor group. Government figures show Chinese tourists spent an average of around $550 per person per night last year, helping drive tourism earnings to more than $4.4 billion.
Tour operators remain optimistic. They say improved global stability and stronger tourism promotion could attract even more Chinese visitors. They are also calling for more training in the hospitality sector, including Chinese language skills and cuisine, to better meet visitors' needs. They believe that would help grow arrivals further while creating more opportunities for businesses and communities that depend on tourism. Isaac Lucando, Cgtn, Dar es Salaam.
And with that, I'll wrap up this edition of The Vibe. Before we go, I'll leave you with some beautiful scenery from around the country. I'm Julian Walken in Beijing. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for more CGTN news coming up